WrestleMania is in 1 week. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna go over my WrestleMania 40 and my stand and deliver predictions because WrestleMania is in 1 week, y'all, and I don't think I've ever been so excited for WrestleMania to come, but this one, y'all, I am so excited. I don't know if it's because this is the first time in about 10 plus years I've watched wrestling generally, because I watched it a long time ago when I was younger, and then I stopped kind of like middle school, high school, and now I'm back to watching it. And y'all, or I think it's just because I'm just gonna give my praises. WWE has produced in this last month, the month of March, and kind of this year, but the month of March specifically, they have produced some of the best wrestling content, best wrestling shows, promos, matches that I have seen in over a decade. And I just cannot wait for this WrestleMania because I know it's going to be great. I know the matches are going to be great. I just know everything's going to be great. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start with Stand and Deliver because Stand and Deliver doesn't really have that many matches. And I am going off of the last episode I watched. So, as in the making of this video, these are the matches that Stand and Deliver have so far. So the first match we're going to talk about is the NXT Women's Championship. Is going to be Roxanne Perez versus Lyra Valkyria. And y'all, I am slick excited for this. I think it's going to be a great match. I think both women are going to bring something so good, so unique. And this is the first match that Roxanne Perez will have fully as a heel, and I just think she's going to bring a vicious side to her, paired with Lyra Valkyria, who's already like a beast in the ring in her technical skills and just how she is. So my prediction for this match is I think, y'all, Roxanne Perez will win. These are my reasons. I think Roxanne Perez will win because I just feel like Roxanne Perez needs this win to show that she can be a heel and be the face of the company at the same time. Up until this time, we've seen Roxanne Perez just be a babyface. She was a babyface as a championship, and I think this is her last kind of run on NXT before they push her. Because I think after this, y'all, when she wins and becomes a face for the NXT brand with the championship, I think after that, she will be pushed to either Smackdown or Raw. So yeah, my vote is for Roxanne Perez. The next match I'm going to talk about is the triple threat tag team match, women's tag team match between Jacy Jayne and Izzy Dane and Kiana James. They're going to be going against Kalani Jordan, Fallon Henley, and Thea Hale. Y'all, I don't really have an idea of how I think this match is really going to go. I do think that the team of Thea Hale will win because I feel like they need to win more. I feel like once Thea Hale finally can put Jacy Jayne behind her, I think Thea has a strong possibility of becoming the next push to be a championship. The crowd loves her. She has good energy. She has great in-ring work. She's powerful and she's mini, but she's so good. So I think that if I'm looking at it that way, I think that the team of Thea Hale need to win more. And the same for Fallon Henley. I think Fallon Henley's in this weird place where she kind of does need a win to push her, and I think with Kalani Jordan still just starting out, she kind of needs that push so she could be seen more as a potential star of the company in the future. The next match we're going to talk about is the NXT North American Championship, and it's going to be Obafemi versus Josh Briggs versus Dijak. And y'all, I am so excited for this match. I just know this is going to be the potential of the match of the night. Even though we have some other heavy hitters we're going to talk about, I just feel like this one, and more so because Dijak, y'all, I have fallen in love with Dijak these past couple of months with me watching NXT. I did not really like him at first, but I would say this year alone, I have fallen in love with Dijak. His in-ring work is incredible. He's a veteran in the game. His promos are good. His character development is so good. So I'm mostly excited to see him in this match. But then you just have three big, tall, strong, stocky men that are gonna I think they're gonna put on a brawl, y'all. With Obafemi and his power and how he does stuff, and I just love that all men are different but the same. And then Josh Briggs and how he's big and tall and meaty, and he's gonna come and give it his all, y'all. I just think this is gonna be a potential of the best match. I know we're gonna see some crazy stuff from Dijak with his flips and his tricks and stuff, so y'all, I cannot wait to see this match. That being said, I am torn on my prediction for this, y'all, because I guess because I love Dijak, I feel like Dijak could win, but I think the prediction I'm gonna go with is that I think Obafemi will retain just because I just don't see nobody knocking Obafemi down. I feel like he's held the title so good. He's competed so good with it. He's made this North American Championship like the good again. So I don't see, even Dijak, I love him, I don't see Dijak taking that away from him or Josh Briggs. I just think that Obafemi still needs time in NXT, because I feel like if you take the belt from Obafemi, what else is he going to do in NXT? Because at that point, I feel like they should just push him to the main roster. So my final prediction is that I think Obafemi is going to retain. But if that doesn't happen, I can easily see Dijak finally getting a championship moment, because I think he deserves it. He has carried this company as a top heel, and now he's turned babyface, and I think he would deserve it. But I'm going to go with it, y'all. I think Obafemi is going to retain. I just don't see him getting it took from him. Next, we have the NXT Championship, Ilya Dragunov versus Tony D'Angelo. And this is a hard one too, but I think my pick, I'm going to go with that Ilya Dragunov is going to retain. And the reason I say that is because down the road, y'all, I see Ilya Dragunov losing the championship to Trick Williams. Once Trick Williams gets over this hurdle with Carmelo, which we'll talk about next. I just don't think Tony D'Angelo is going to take it from him. Now, what I think is going to happen is that Ilya Dragunov is going to win, but I think that is going to turn Tony D'Angelo and the family this heel faction in NXT, which I think that would be awesome, because I think the family is so good with their babyface run, but I think they will be even better as this mob type of family who put destruction and kidnap people. I just see that, and I think that's going to be really good. So I think that Ilya Dragunov is going to retain. I know it, but I think this is going to be a hard-hitting match. Ilya Dragunov can have a fight with a broom, y'all, and it would be a hard-hitting match. So put him with Tony D'Angelo, who's hard-hitting and has good character development and is good in the ring. I think this is going to be a great match, but I think Ilya Dragunov will retain. The next match we're going to talk about is the NXT Tag Team Champions, and it's the Wolf Dogs, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus ? Now, the taping of this video, we do not know who is going to actually take on them. So the team that will likely take them on is either going to be the LWO, the OC, or it is going to be Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Now, y'all, since I don't know who's going to take them on, I'm just gonna predict all the way. I'm going to just pick the team, and I'm going to pick who's going to win still. I think out of the OC and the LWO and Nathan Frazier and Axiom, I think who I would want to see, I think who will put on the best show would probably be the LWO. They are one of the best tag teams right now, and I hate that they don't get enough recognition. I wish they got more recognition on the main roster, because they are so freaking good. But I think I'm going to do a curve, because I really want to see them push on the main roster. I'm going to go and say that I want Nathan Frazier and Axiom to take on the Wolf Dogs, and I think if that happens, whoever takes on the Wolf Dogs, they will win. And the reason why is because I think they're about to push Braun Breaker fully. He's already working SmackDown. He's already working NXT. I think he's going to drop the titles at Stand and Deliver. He's going to be fully pushed to SmackDown. So whoever takes it on, whether it be the OC, the LWO, or Axiom and Nathan Frazier, they are going to be the winner. I don't know if that's a real prediction, but we'll just say whoever takes on the Wolf Dogs is going to win. The last match we're going to talk about, which I think might be the closing match of Stand and Deliver, is Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Okay. I think this match is going to be so good, y'all. I cannot, even from so they did the promo packages where they're kind of explaining like their rise and fall of Trick Mello Gang. It was so good, y'all. They had Randy Orton speaking. They had CM Punk speaking. They had you saw like Trick Williams go back to his hometown in Philly, and he's talking like with his uncles and stuff, and he's boxing. And then you got Carmelo Hayes being the villain that he is. He's talking about, I made you, like, I let you eat off my plate, y'all. This story build-up has been the best in NXT this year so far. I cannot wait for this match. I think it's going to be top match of the night because of the story build-up and just how they were best friends, and just, it's going to be so good. But as far as my prediction, I do think that Trick Williams will defeat Carmelo Hayes. Why? Because I feel like it's time for Carmelo Hayes to get the push to SmackDown or Raw, and I think this is the last chapter he has for NXT. I don't see him winning, because if he wins, I don't see him gaining anything. So it's only right that they let the rising star of NXT, which will be the face of NXT, I think, for a very long time until he gets pushed, is for Trick Williams to win. Because I think Trick Williams is going to beat him, and he's going to finally face Ilya Dragunov again to capture the NXT Championship. So my bet, hands down, is that Trick Williams will defeat Carmelo Hayes. Now it's time for my WrestleMania 40 predictions. Oh, I'm so excited about this one, y'all. I'm telling y'all, like I said before, this is the most excited I have been for WrestleMania in like forever. So let's get into it. I am going to start by talking about the non-title matches first, and then I'm going to talk about the title matches after we get done with the non-title matches. So let's go. So the first non-title match that we're going to talk about is the 6 women's tag match that's going to be between Jade Cargill. I can't believe I'm about to say this lineup, y'all. Okay. Jade Cargill, Naomi, Bianca Belair versus the Kabuki Warriors, which is Kairi Sane and Asuka and Dakota Kai, y'all. This is going to be so good. I'm most excited about how Jade is going to work with Naomi and Bianca. Really Bianca, because since Royal Rumble, I have pictured them having a match between each other. So for them to work kind of together, it's going to be so good, y'all. I cannot wait for this. Who I think is going to take the win, y'all, I have no doubt that it's going to be Jade, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. I just feel like they need to win more. They're going to get more out of it if they win. I see Jade having this first big win as her WrestleMania. They're trying to prepare her. Jade is about to be the face of this freaking women's division. I kid y'all not, y'all. The last SmackDown that I just watched, she came out, y'all, illuminated. Her physique, the way they really took their time really working her into this top star of the company, and I cannot wait. So I just feel like she needs to win to kind of really propel her into being in this main event card that she's about to be in. I see Naomi and Bianca taking this win, and I see them actually teaming up and going for the tag titles after this. I hope that's where they're going with this, because I think Naomi and Bianca will make a great tag team, and I just think that will start the crumbling of Damage Control if they win. So yes, my pick is Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. Now the next match I'm going to talk about is a tag team match. It is Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. That sounded bad, but whatever. Now, y'all, I'm a little iffy about this match. Now, the last episode of SmackDown I watched when they announced this match, me and the crowd thought that Rey Mysterio was going to pick Carlito as his partner. It even looked weird. Even Carlito was looking weird, like why I didn't get picked, even though he probably already knew he wasn't going to get picked. I just felt that this was the opportunity for them to bring Carlito back fully in action, because he's had matches here and there and they've been okay, but I really wanted to see Carlito back fully in action, and I just think WWE kind of dropped the ball of not giving us that. I don't know, but I digress. We'll move on from that. But so Dragon Lee is going to be his tag team partner, and I love Dragon Lee. I think he's the future of this company. He is so good. His in-ring work is good. The way he does his technique and the way he flies and everything about him is really good, and the crowd really, they gravitate towards him now. I just don't like him being a part of the LWO. I don't think he needed to be a part of the LWO. I think he could have been an outsider of the LWO. I don't think he needs to be a part of it, but this is not the video for that. We're talking about WrestleMania. Y'all see how I get worked up about some of the decisions they be making. But I do think that Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee will take the win, and I think after they take the win, that Dragon Lee will go back to being propelled into maybe going to the main event, or at least being in the mid card. We haven't really seen him perform, but he's so good. So I was hoping that this win that he'll have in WrestleMania will really propel him to go after a different championship or something like that. Now, at first, y'all, when Rey Mysterio was like, this is the person that is gonna fight with me, y'all, why I was thinking like, oh my god, it's Andrade. It was not Andrade. I thought it was gonna be Andrade. I was so excited, but it wasn't. The next match we're gonna talk about is LA Knight and AJ Styles. They have a non-title match, and this one's gonna be, I think, really, really good. I think it's gonna be hard-hitting. I think it's gonna be brutal because these two cannot stand each other, y'all. So I'm ready for this. Anytime LA Knight comes on the screen, I'm ready for it. And then AJ freaking Styles, even though he's a heel right now, he's still in my book one of the top wrestlers of all time. To me, I love CM Punk, but AJ Styles can be considered as the best in the world as well. I just think he's that fantastic. Now, as far as my prediction, who I think is gonna win, but I think I'm gonna go with LA Knight is gonna win, y'all. And then after he gets over this hurdle with AJ Styles, he's finally gonna be put back into the main event scene. He's gonna be going after championship goal, whether it be the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship, or again like the Unified Championship. So I guess we'll see, but LA Knight's gonna win. The next match I'm going to talk about is brother versus brother, Jay versus Jimmy Uso, y'all. And this match is going to be good. I know I'm saying that about every match, y'all, but I really believe that this WrestleMania 40 is going to be just tens across the board. But this match, y'all, is going to be good. Like, freaking brother versus brother. And they've never faced off against each other. So I'm just dying to see how the dynamic and how the chemistry they're gonna have, because they've had chemistry as tag team, but are they gonna have chemistry facing against each other? And I'm just gonna love the story they're gonna tell, as Jimmy's trying to, like, I'm your big little brother, and he's like, I made you, basically. And then I feel like Jay is still trying to prove that he's just not in Jimmy's shadow, and I just think this is gonna tell a beautiful story, y'all. Now, as far as who's gonna win, I think Jay is gonna take the win, and I think it's the same how I can put it towards LA Knight. As soon as Jay can get over this hurdle, which is the final nail in the coffin of the bloodline, he can finally move on and start to be in this main event scene and actually start to go after more championships. So I think Jay is gonna take the win, and I think Jimmy losing is gonna put a crack in the bloodline, probably starting to diminish. So Jay is going to win. The last non-title match I'm going to talk about is probably the biggest and greatest match possibly going to be of all time. It is the tag team match with Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Seth freaking Rollins and Cody Rhodes. My father said when I was younger. Okay. Let's start here. I think this is going to be a good match. I think it's going to be a lot of storytelling. I think it's going to be beautifully done. Just Cody Rhodes and The Rock alone, even with that last segment we saw on Smackdown where on Raw, where The Rock beats Cody in blood and he's out in the rain. Oh, beautifully done, WWE. I just think this match is going to be so good. I think we're going to get hints of The Rock and Roman not really working together good, but working together. I think we're going to see some tags where, you know, The Rock tags in and Roman's like, why are you tagging in? I didn't tag you in. I just think it's going to be a little animosity with them. And I just think it's going to be super good. Now, as far, I got to get to the part who's going to win. I think that Roman Reigns and The Rock will win, y'all. I think that they will win. And I think that when they win, it's going to set up night 2. And night 2 is going to be when Roman faces Cody Rhodes. And that means that it's going to be Bloodline Rules. And I think that night 2 is when we see The Rock turn on Roman Reigns, which is then going to start this big setup to WrestleMania 41, where we'll get The Rock versus Roman, which we were supposed to get this year, but we did not. That's what I think, y'all. I think Roman and Rock is going to win. And I think, yeah, we'll just stick to that because I'll get to the other matches that determine that. But I think the Roman and The Rock is going to win. The Roman and The Rock. I think Roman and Rock is going to win. Now we're going to talk about WrestleMania 40 title matches. The first match we're going to talk about is Bayley versus Io Sky for the women's, for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Now, for this, y'all, is no doubt in my mind, I think Bayley is going to win. I think she's finally going to get her WrestleMania moment where it's all about her, just like she got the Royal Rumble. So I think Bayley definitely is going to win. And I think actually with Bayley winning, I think she's going to turn back heel. I think she's finally going to have the power of being the championship at the top of the company, and she's going to turn back heel, and she's going to have feuds with Jade Cargill and feuds again with like Bianca Belair and stuff like that. So I know for a fact Bayley will win against Io Sky. The next match, we're going to keep it on the women's side, is the Raw Women's Championship. And y'all, I literally wrote down on my notes, this was the hardest prediction, and I put 6 exclamation points. because this is the hardest prediction, but I think I'm gonna go with, I think that Rhea Ripley is gonna retain. I just do not, I don't know why, and y'all, I can't give you a real reason why I don't see Becky Lynch winning. I just feel it more that Rhea Ripley is going to retain. I don't think we're out of the Rhea Ripley era. Not with every social media always talking about her, with the fans loving her, with her having this just oomph about her. I do not think she is going to lose, y'all. So I'm gonna go Rhea Ripley is going to retain. I don't know what that means. We might see Becky Lynch turn heel if Becky Lynch does not win. I would love to see a Becky Lynch heel run. I think that would be great. But I ultimately see like somebody else taking the title from her. I don't necessarily see Becky. So we're gonna go Rhea Ripley retains, question mark. The next match is the Intercontinental Championship between Gunther, the Ring General, and Sami Zayn. Now, y'all, this one, no doubt in my mind, I think Sami Zayn is going to win. I think he's going to win, but I think it's going to be really sad when he wins, because I love Gunther as the Intercontinental Championship. I think he has really brought that championship into like full-fledged like top championship to compete for. I know Seth Rollins has the title of the working championship, but no, Gunther is the workhorse championship. He defends more than Seth Rollins does. So I'm gonna be sad when he loses it, but I think we are gonna get Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's finally gonna get that moment at WrestleMania that he needs. It's gonna be a beautiful moment because Sami Zayn is one of my favorite wrestlers right now. And I'm just happy to gonna be seeing that. I think it's gonna be so good. I see Sami Zayn gonna kind of do what Gunther do and really fight. I don't think Sami Zayn's gonna keep the championship for that long, but I think he's gonna really fight and bring more prestige to it. So I do see Sami Zayn winning at WrestleMania against Gunther. The next match, the next championship we're going to talk about is going to be a triple threat match for the United States Championship. It is going to be Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul. I put as my prediction that Randy Orton will be your new United States Championship. But y'all, I think Logan Paul is going to retain. I don't know how. I just don't see. I don't know. I really want Randy to win because he's such a legend. And I think this will be his 17th belt. So he would overall be the most person with the most championships in WWE history. So I see that aspect of it. But it's something in me that's saying that Logan Paul, the weasel he is going to retain. I don't know why. I just keep thinking that, but I think he's going to retain, y'all. So I'm going to go split. I don't know if I can do 50-50 or is this supposed to be like true predictions, but I'm going to go split. I'm going to say 50% of me thinks that Randy Orton could win and 50% of me thinks that Logan Paul could win, could retain. The next match we're going to talk about in championship is the Undisputed Tag Titles, and it is going to be a ladder match between Finn Balor and Damian Priest, DIY, The Awesome Truth, The New Day, New Catch Republic, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. Y'all, this match is going to be so good. I can already feel it. Just DIY alone in this match, which I think DIY to me is one of the best tag teams right now on WWE. They are just so good. They're so seasoned. They're so veterans. And then having the New Catch Republic, Tyler Bate to me is a star. So when I see him in a match, I know it's going to be good. So I feel like this match is going to be a heavy hitting match. It's going to be so good. It's going to have a story. It's going to have charisma. It's going to have everything in it. Now, as far as winners, y'all, might be controversial. I think Awesome Truth is going to win. I think they are going to make Awesome Truth win so R-Truth can finally get his revenge on the Judgment Day for how they did him when all he was trying to be was a member of the Judgment Day. So I think Awesome Truth is going to win. And it's going to be such a good moment to watch R-Truth. Because mind you, y'all, R-Truth is 54, 53. So to have him win a match, a championship at his age in a ladder match, y'all, I think it's going to be iconic. So Awesome Truth for the win. And I think with Judgment Day finally losing those undisputed tag titles, I think that's going to start the crumbling and the diminishing of the Judgment Day. The second from last match I'm going to talk about is the World Heavyweight Championship match between Drew McIntyre and the champion Seth freaking Rollins. Now, my prediction might be a little controversial, but I think it's going to be the best if they make this true. Drew McIntyre will win. Why? Because I think it's time. He's been such a good heel. His promo work has been so good. Drew McIntyre has done some of his best work in WWE just this year alone, y'all. Just this year alone. I think it's time to put the championship on him. I think he's going to have a great heel run as the World Heavyweight Championship, because I think ultimately if Drew McIntyre wins on Saturday, Sunday, whenever they'll face each other, I think CM Punk is going to be the one ultimately to take the championship away from him. So I just think Drew McIntyre just needs to win. I think it's going to be great to see him win and have a heel run as the champion, y'all. It's going to be so good. I also think what's going to happen is I think Damian Priest will cash in or try to cash in or fail to cash in, but I think Damian Priest is going to try to cash in. And the reason why I say this is because Damian Priest is not like Seth Rollins, and he damn sure don't like Drew McIntyre. So I think he's going to try to cash in. I don't know if it's going to be a failed cash in or he might actually do it, which will upset many people, especially Drew McIntyre, but I think it's going to be some type of cash in. And then another layer, y'all, this match is going to be so good because we're going to have CM Punk as the guest commentator. It's going to be so good. This is probably going to be one of my favorite matches. It's going to be the one I'm looking forward to most because I think it's going to shock everybody when Drew McIntyre actually wins. And then two, to hear CM Punk be the best in the world and best on the mic is just going to be 10 out of 10. A's, A+, A+. The last match we're going to talk about, which is probably going to be the show-stopping match, the best match probably of the night with the most emotions and tears and just the jaw-dropping, is going to be no other than the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns, acknowledge him, my tribal chief, and Cody Rhodes. So yeah, I'm just going to come out the gate and say my prediction, Cody Rhodes will win. I will hope they would not make him lose twice in the main event of WrestleMania. I will hope they would not do that to him. And plus, I just think it's time for Roman to just let the belt go. I think now with The Rock in the picture, it will be much better for him to let the belt go, because then we can turn our attention to maybe The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 41. So yes, I think Cody is going to win. I think also this match is going to have a lot of shocking twists and turns. I do, like I said earlier, I do think The Rock is going to turn on Roman. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I think he is going to turn on Roman and he's going to make it to where Cody will win, okay? We cannot ignore the signs that's been going on with him putting the L up like that and him looking straight at Roman saying, I would do everything in my power so you can lose. We just can't ignore that, okay? So I think he is going to turn on him, and I think this match is going to be so good. I think it's going to be a good match with wrestling, of course. I think Cody and Roman have built this great chemistry of like the top villain versus the top superhero or babyface. But I think the last 10 minutes or so are going to be the really meat of this match. I think the most is going to happen in the last 10 minutes. I think that's where we'll get the shocking twists and turns and plot twists. I just think this match is going to be so good. I know it's going to be 20 minutes plus, so we are looking at possibly a classic at WrestleMania 40 as the main event of night 2. And I also put in here, y'all, that if Damian Priest does not cash in on Seth freaking Rollins and Drew McIntyre, I think he would try to cash in here. I said it before, y'all, and I hope if they do this, y'all, oh my God, it would be so bad, but I gotta say it. Okay, I think a small part of me thinks that if Damian Priest does not cash in on the World Heavyweight title, that he will wait to cash in. First, he will wait until Cody Rhodes actually wins, and they're announcing the winner is Cody Rhodes, and he's holding up the belt, just like his dad, Dusty did. And I think that's when we'll hear doom, 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 doom. Do, 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 do. And we'll hear the Judgment Day, and I think he'll try to come out and cash in on Cody Rhodes. If he does that and he's successful, that will be so bad. It would be so good, but so bad at the same time. Bad for Cody Rhodes fans, the Cody crybabies, because I'm one of them. But it would be such a good plot twist. And I don't even know if Triple H would do something like that. But y'all, just let that simmer. Let that simmer. That could be a possibility. That is it for my top predictions for WrestleMania 40 and for Stand and Deliver. I cannot wait, y'all. WrestleMania now is in about a week, 6 days, and I just cannot wait for this WrestleMania. If you agree with any of my predictions, please let me know. If you disagree, let me know. But yeah, until next time, bye!